your knees now. On your knees.
Bro,
on your knees.
What's the issue?
I'm not gonna say it one more time.
Bro, what's the issue?
On your knees now.
What's the issue?
I'm not fucking around.
What's the issue?
On your knees now.
What's the issue?
Whatever you want to go.
What's the issue?
You be quiet. Shut the fuck up.
What you just witnessed was about 30 seconds of terror for somebody. Imagine having a roommate, then out of nowhere, one day, your roommate decides to tell you, run me those pockets. Give me that. That's what happened on May 8th, when Josh Deloche is accused of robbing his roommate, Justin Iwiji. Justin claimed that on May 8th, 2022, here in Houston, Texas, he was held at gunpoint by his roommate, Josh Deloche, who proceeded to rob him of his high-value belongings, his firearm, his wallet, and made him transfer 6 stacks via Cash App, tied him up and kidnapped him, put him in the trunk of his own Range Rover, and at one point during this egregious event, he put him in the chair, duct taped him, wrapped him up in the chair, and put him in the shower with a blanket over the chair. And he asked him when he had him at gunpoint in the chair, do you have any last words? I guess he decided not to pull the trigger from there, decides to put him in the trunk of the car again and drive 30 miles while he was still duct taped, bondage, and covered. You know, and you can check all this out online. You can go to any recent news article. If you type in, Houston roommate, Houston man robs roommate. It's getting very scary out there. And I told you this in several videos that, as a matter of fact, prime example, when I told you the story of the woman who had the dude kidnapped, tortured, and held him for ransom. And I've always said, hey, when you just get to know somebody, you're going on a date, you start hanging out, everybody bring their own vehicle, bring their own money. That way, if you get a strange feeling inside of you or things start to go awry, you have a way out. Now, we really got to be careful as to who we take in as roommates. And I'm more than positive anybody that's had a roommate out there, you've had to do some vetting. But I'm assuming these two knew each other for a while, because as you can see in the video, he asked the dude, hey, what's going on? What are we doing, bro? Let's talk about this. Are you serious right now? And old boy with the gun was like, I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not going to tell you again. Empty the pockets. Give me what you got. Could you imagine, and thank heavens for the surveillance camera, which I'm pretty sure, or if he didn't know there was a surveillance camera there, I'm questioning how long did he live in the residence? But could you imagine somebody that, you've lived with for a certain amount of time, possibly became friends with for a certain amount of time, broke bread with, they probably know some of your personal stuff, they probably seen you come and go, they was able to watch your routine, holds you at gunpoint. Imagine that, because I'm pretty sure they know what each other works. I'm pretty sure, seeing a roommate come and go, you kind of have a feeling of their routine. It's getting very scary out there, man. It's about to be a hell of a summer. It's unfortunate, but I see things like this happening more and more. I'm more than positive this won't be the first incident like this that's going to happen, and it's certainly not the last. And, on a side note, Houston is getting real crazy out here, man. Like, it's like every time I turn around, something egregious and horrible is happening right here in Houston, bro. And it's not cool at all, man. We got to chill out on that here in Houston. But just take the time out to think about that. I mean, robbed him of his belongings, high value belongings, took his own firearm, so they both were carrying inside the house, told him to transfer $6,000 via Cash App into his account, which me personally, I would have never disclosed how much money I had in my account, because now you might get robbed again because people think you keep that kind of bread on you. Duct taped and put him in the trunk of the car, drove 30 miles out somewhere else with you bound, with your hands and your feet bound, maybe not together, but they were bound, and then now you asked out, so to speak. You know, it's caught on camera, so you can't say this is fabricated. So far, you got to be careful as to who you come in contact with. You really do. If you are out there and you're deciding you want to, get a roommate, you want to move out, you want to move to a new place, you're going into a new neighborhood, a new apartment complex, vet the area. Watch it for quite a while. Go on Google, check out some reviews, do some reconnaissance and ask the neighbors or the other tenants what's the neighborhood really like. Because you never truly know what's going to happen until you get in a situation. Can you be 100% safe all the time? Possibly not. Can you take precautions? You absolutely can. I feel for this guy, man. I really do. To be robbed at gunpoint in your own residence like that, he probably felt super violated, but we got to stop things like this, man. Take care of yourselves out there, man. It's a dangerous world. See you later. Excellence over excuses.